Remember that time you turned into a toy in Disney World?
Today, we are talking about Toy Story Land, baby.
Toy Story Land! Oh, wait, wrong way. Toy Story Land!
You've got a friend in me. And I would have said that even if it wasn't the theme song from Toy Story by Randy Newman.
Toy Story Land is
the hottest land in Disney's Hollywood Studios.
a land based on Toy Story.
It's what we've always wanted to do. Shrink down to the size of a toy and walk around and have fun and be a toy.
Guess what? Disney was like, you can do that now.
Now, the modern theme of Disney's Hollywood Studios of putting you in the movies, it really drops you head first into Toy Story, where you take on the role of one of the toys.
So Andy, being the imaginative child he is, has set up all of his toys over the backyard, and now you are a toy and it's playtime. So everything is bigger than you because you are small.
Everything about it is clever. You have tables made of the little Babel cheese, or the seats made of the little Babel cheese.
Like this mug. This was once a normal size mug, but it's because I would be small.
There are plants that look like giant grass, and that's my favorite part, is that they put these plants out there and they're giant grass.
The Peter Pan Viewfinder. It's in line when you're going to ride the Toy Story Midway Mania, but it's classic 1955 Peter Pan, and it's one of those click wheel viewfinders where you grab the orange tab and it's immaculately done, where you can see in every little picture.
Get it? Like I'm small, so this mug's the size of my head.
Popsicle sticks. There's like giant Christmas lights everywhere.
I really love this land at night.
I mean, this is just an oversized coffee mug, but you get it.
You can find a giant Andy footprint in the ground.
Those footprints are really cool, and most people don't even notice them.
Now, if they had a giant animatronic Andy walking around, then that'd be amazing, because if they screamed, Andy's coming, we could all fall on the floor.
Because if Andy were to walk through and he weren't paying attention, he could step on you.
And that'd be chaotic, so maybe not.
And I just want you to think about that next time you're in Toy Story Land, that you could get stepped on at any given.
There'd be people everywhere, and maybe we shouldn't do that.
A little BTS behind the scenes fun fact. I'm the one who produced Duckfist for this one.
If I think about Andy's footprint and the size of Woody and Buzz.
And he started talking about how the scale was off, and then we spent about 15 minutes doing mathematical equations to try and compare the size of Woody and Buzz to a footprint.
Thinkway's introduced a 12-inch Buzz. 30X would be 30 feet. Okay. My Foot. Thinkway Toys introduced a 12-inch tall Buzz Light. Rude math!
It's wrong by like double. And now all I can think about when I think about the footprints is that they're incorrectly sized compared to the Woody and the Buzz toys.
What do I think of the amount of shade? Is that a joke? The shade that does not exist?
There's not a lot of shade.
No shade. Actually, all shade. Where's the shade, Toy Story Land?
Now, you guys know I love shade. Verbal and the kind that covers you. I love them both.
I just find it really hard to believe that Andy's mom lives in a tropical climate and she doesn't have some kind of like porch umbrella or retractable awning or something.
How do you build a theme park land in Orlando, Florida, and make it entirely outside with no shade?
I call it a barren wasteland. I literally, whenever I walk into Toy Story Land, I tell my friends, I'm like, this is the barren wasteland of Disney World, because it absolutely is. There is no shade, there's nowhere to sit, and there's no AC.
They've got like 3 umbrellas in the Slinky Dog Dash queue, and then that's it.
You can see people scrounging around trying to find shade, sitting on the floor in front of the bathroom, sitting under the little umbrellas, trying to get out of the heat.
Remember that scene at the end of Toy Story 1? Sid takes the magnifying glass and he, pivots it to the sun and burns the hole in Woody's head, right? He's like frying Woody with the magnifying glass. Welcome to Toy Story. You're in the movie now, right? Like, you are now Woody in that scene. There are 3 attractions in Toy Story Land.
There is the OG Toy Story Mania, which existed long before the actual land did.
Alien swirling saucers.
And probably the best ride, Slinky Dog Dash.
Toy Story Mania, I think, is one of the most fun rides in Disney World.
And it used to be like the ride at Hollywood Studios. Like when paper fast passes were a thing, that was the ride everybody was mowing down grandmothers and small children to get to there to get the paper fast passes. It was the ride.
It's perfect. It mixes a dark ride with 3D effects that don't make you throw up, with an actual video game.
A game and a ride. It's a game and a ride. It's a ride and it's a game. It's a game and it's a ride.
And I always have to talk about the fact that it works this muscle in the front of the arm, and it gets very painful by the end of the game for me.
I am not very good at it.
I don't want to brag here, but I do okay.
I have ridden that ride with Molly many times, and I'm not kidding. Literally every time we've ridden it, Molly has doubled my score.
I actually played Quincy blindfolded and got more than double her score. I don't want to brag here, so I do okay.
It is a lot. It is a lot to watch that woman play Toy Story Mania in person.
I think Alien Swirling Saucers is more fun than you think it will be.
My daughter loves it, but I don't wait for more than 15 minutes for that one. That one is, okay, we could do that.
I think it is important that lands have these rides that are going to average like 25 minutes, 15 minutes. They're not the big e-ticket virtual queue fancy ride, but you can go to this land and have something to do.
I like how they kind of remixed like the Toy Story soundtrack.
It's really simple, but when you actually look at the floor and see what's happening and how you are getting picked up and taken to another circular roundy downdy, and then it gets picked up again and takes you over to another one, it's kind of wild what is happening to you on that ride.
And of course, you know, they're never gonna hit, but you're always like, oh, it looks like they're gonna hit. Nope, they just miss each other.
Slinky Dog Dash is very fun. It is a fun coaster. It has enough thrill to it that you're gonna have a really good time on it. But it's also just the theming to it is very fun, and
It definitely has more bark than it looks like. Boo! Pun very much intended.
This little Slinky dog is dashing.
It is a great roller coaster for all ages. It's not a kid's ride. There are some absolute thrills. There are some really fun tummy tickling rolls that you get to go on.
It's nice that they sort of have a like, hey, you're not quite to the Rock and Roller Coaster stage yet. Here's another like pseudo thrill ride that you can enjoy that's IP driven, that more family friendly, I guess.
I think it gets a bad rep. A lot of people say that it's overrated,
I think Slinky Dog Dash is a little overrated.
or it's not worth a long wait.
And I say that because the wait time is so long.
I probably skip this ride simply because I don't want to stand in the sun for an hour.
And sure, if you waited an hour outside in that blistering heat, it probably wasn't worth it. But I don't like to do that. I like to use Fast Pass, or now Lightning Lane, or go when I know it's not gonna have a long line. And I think it's really fun.
My favorite part is when Wheezy, and no, I'm not talking about George and Wheezy.
I love seeing Wheezy. Wheezy was always one of my favorite Toy Story characters. I just thought he was so funny when you tried to sing and he was just like, ah.
His squeaker's back. Hallelujah. He's got such a round tone. You've got a friend in me.
You just remember what your old pal said. You've got a friend in me.
If I could add a ride to Toy Story Land, I would add...
I think I would add a Toy Story dark ride.
I would do something that's like an Escape from Sid type ride. I realize that's probably a bit of a darker element. But I think that would be, I would love for Sid to be incorporated. He's such a little creep.
I would do Barbie and Ken's Dream House explosion. Not explosion. I don't want it to explode.
Toy Story 4 Duke Kaboom motorcycle ride. Would that be cool?
Barbie and Ken's dream house. Or should it just be Barbie's? Barbie's dream house. No, I think it's nice that it's Barbie and Ken.
What if they built some kind of like Buzz Lightyear car? So it was like Buzz was holding you and you're Woody basically flying. And it would be called Balling with Style with Buzz Lightyear, but it'd be a fun roller coaster on your stomach. It'd be so fun.
Barbie and Ken's dream house. Behind the gate tour experience. Live. Now. Happening now. By Mattel.
Glasses before you play. They're up ahead. I'm always ahead.
Well, there's only one dining location right now, and it's Woody's Lunchbox.
It's a little weird that it's not Andy's Lunchbox, because it's Andy's backyard, but it's called Woody's Lunchbox.
Where you can get a variety of kind of quick meals.
The Imagineers decided that they wanted to make this a painful experience. It is an outdoor quick service restaurant where you can enjoy some pretty good snacks. But you're gonna be very hot while doing so.
They've got Lunchbox tarts, which are like gourmet Pop-Tarts.
It's got a really excellent grilled cheese and tomato soup. It's got a brisket grilled cheese that's pretty darn good as well.
Probably most famously the tachos.
They are, of course, potato barrels. We know them as tater tots. Those are tater tots. Stop playing with the people. Potato barrels with chili and cheese.
I love cheese. I love plastic cheese. I love chili and nachos. So put them together. What have you got? Tachos.
Pro tacho. 100% pro tacho.
I am pro tachos. And this is the platform that I am going to stand on and build my story and run this race on.
What kind of maniac, what kind of lunatic would be anti-tot? It's breed love.
I'm very pro tachos.
It's not? Breed love's pro tot? Oh, there's vegan tots. What a nice transition for him to talk about that.
They have a vegan version, and all of the chili at Woody's Lunchbox is vegan. So I say, enjoy your tachos, kids. Eat up.
Which one of you that's on this cast is going to be edited after all of us that are pro tot to be like, I don't really like tots that much? Which one of you? Who is it?
They were nasty.
It's literally tater tots covered in cheese and chili and sour cream. Like, what do you not like about that?
The first time I had them, I was like, this is what everyone's raving about?
It's delicious.
If I'm gonna get a savory option, like a savory lunch option in that area, I'm gonna swing into Galaxy's Edge and get a Ronto wrap any day of the week over tachos.
Tachos, spread your golden barrels, filled with cheese and spring onions and chili piled high.
I love Baby Bell cheeses, and Baby Bell is the sponsor of this restaurant, so you can buy Baby Bell cheeses as part of your meal.
I love Baby Bell cheese. I used to eat Baby Bell cheese as a baby.
You can also, some of the chairs in the ever adorable aesthetic of this land are like Baby Bell round wedge cheese.
I love sitting on wax. Sitting on cheese is a little stinky and it leaves moistness. So
you can sit on Baby Bell, and it's like my dream come true to sit on cheese and eat cheesy tots or a grilled cheese. There's nothing more I'd like in the world.
I'm not putting it in my mouth, and I'm not sitting on it with my tushy, because I'm breed love and I'm vegan, and I won't even sit on cheese. That's how vegan I am.
rumor has it there's a barbecue place coming, like, you know.
Roundup Rodeo Barbecue
Yole.
is the upcoming table service restaurant that's coming to Toy Story Land. Yes! You heard it, folks. Table service with indoor seating. That means not only will this restaurant be bringing AC to Toy Story Land, but it will be bringing shade. Yeah.
We do not know when it's coming, but as the name would suggest, it's gonna be barbecue food, because Walt Disney World needs another mediocre barbecue place. Wow! Sorry. I mean, the barbecue's fine, but why I don't...
The site is boarded up. It's got green walls and a sign saying what it's going to be in the future, but it has been postponed indefinitely, along with some other things around Walt Disney World.
So why is there not Pizza Planet where you can go get really good pizza and pasta and breadsticks and salad and other Italian delicacies and have Woody and Buzz and the gang there as a character meal? That's what Roundup Rodeo should be.
Mobile order this one as soon as you can, because oftentimes
If you think you've got what it takes to be a part of the best team in the toy box.
What characters can you typically meet in Toy Story? Okay, well, pre-COVID, you could meet Woody, Buzz Lightyear, Jessie, Bo Peep, and the Green Army Men.
I don't really want to hang out with Bo Peep. She's not really a toy. If you ask me, she's a lamp and doesn't have any place either in Toy Story Land or certainly not a golden statue alongside Woody. But I digress.
Bo Peep is kind of scary in Toy Story Land because she has like what looks like a plastic face.
Her skin is it's like porcelain. She's so beautiful. I'm like, are those like magic pads or oxy? Like, how'd she do that? Is it like cream at night?
Not quite to the level of Jessica Rabbit character terrifying, but Bo Peep's pretty terrifying. Like, if I were a kid, I'd be frightened. I'm a grown adult and I am frightened, so.
I think it's a little unfair. I've never met Bo Peep.
It is disconcerting, to say the least. So I don't love... Ah! It'd be great if there was a Bo Peep image right here that I could have just been scared by. Ah!
I just don't like her. I don't really like Bo Peep. And where is her bow, mind you? Does she even wear a bow anymore? No, she doesn't.
My favorite characters though in Toy Story Land have got to be the Army Men Drum Corps. I love them. And their little boots that have like plastic around their foot, like they're the molded plastic figures.
You never go to Toy Story Land to see the Green Army Men, but when you do, you're excited about it.
It's not B-O-W Peep, it's B-O Peep.
Oh. Well, that is misleading.
You hear them coming through and they're playing their drums and they're marching, and then they'll do their little thing where they'll have people, they're like cadets in training, and they'll make them do push-ups. Like they made my husband do push-ups once.
They can interact in a way that you don't normally interact with Disney characters. They're sort of like stormtroopers in that way, but with the like Pixar spin, right?
I love that. They're funny. They talk real loud like this and it's awesome. And they are really great on the drums.
That's misleading, okay? Because if somebody's gonna be named Bo, I expect you to have at least one bow. A bow in your hair, nonetheless. Okay? B-O.
She does have a bow in her hair though, too.
Oh. I don't like her.
I love to meet Woody. I think that Woody is just a lovely fellow.
He's a great guy. He's a stand-up gentleman. And I like saying, hey, Woody, good to see ya, buddy.
There's this photo of me as a child where I got so excited to meet Woody that I ran up to him and like hugged him. And I did it so forcefully that I knocked Woody to the ground. So there's just this photo of me laying on top of Woody, who caught me because I was knocking him over. Thank you, Woody. But like, how rude of me to just knock Woody to the ground like that.
Once I met Buzz in Toy Story Land, and I put him into Spanish mode, and he danced with me. Like, he like spun me around and danced with me. And then he got down on one knee and I sat on his knee. It was so romantic.
Overall, I love Toy Story Land. I think it's awesome, 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 and it's themed so well.
And I think it's a land that they can expand. These movies aren't going anywhere. They're still legendary decades later. These characters are so beloved, and there's room back there.
I think we could fit another ride or two in there.
Let's do more. Let's get Pizza Planet in there. Let's get Sid's Backyard in there. Let's not stop. Let's not be done with Toy Story.
I think it is an absolute joy to visit. Super busy, super sunny. I think that I would love to see them make some additions, but it is a must visit anytime you go to Hollywood Studios.
Toy Story Land is full of cool toys. Toys. Why does it feel so weird to say the word toys now? Toy Story Land. Toy. Have you ever noticed that before? Is toy a weird word? A weird word to say? Toy.
Howdy partners, it's Molly. Thanks for watching this week's episode of RTT. Please make sure to like and subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss an episode. If you want more RTT right now, click over here for a list of our favorite in-parks episodes. And if you want more AllEars, click over here for a video of me doing every single Genie Plus attraction in Disney's Hollywood Studios. Thanks for watching!